Hello, you are watching VNA News and Highlights.
Delegates continue discussions over 12 Congress documents. Manufacturers optimistic about prospects in 2016. Housing projects in Ho Chi Minh City turn attractive to foreign buyers.
On January 23rd, delegates to the 12th National Party Congress continue hearing reports on intensive international integration, furthering close relations between the party and people, and education of revolutionary ideology, morality, lifestyle for the young generation. National industrial development, a modern agricultural sector, rural areas and farmers are among topics debated at the working session, which was chaired by Politburo member and Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng.
Phạm Bình Minh, member of the 11th Party Central Committee and Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, delivered a report on deepening international integration in order to serve national construction and defense and raise the country's international position. He said in the next 5 to 10 years, the country's intensive international integration will be mirrored in the realms of politics, as well as national defense and security. He further explained that deepening international integration means combining interests of Vietnam with partner countries in a long-term and sustainable manner, and making the established relations pragmatic, especially with partners strategic to national security and development. He suggested promptly completing and raising capacity of institutions on integration, developing human resources training for the process, striving to achieve a high level in terms of integration infused in ASEAN by 2020. Thao Xuân Sung, member of the 11th Party Central Committee and deputy head of the Central Committee's Mass Mobilization Commission, discussed a report on furthering close relations between the party and people to promote the great national unity in the renewal process. Nguyễn Đắc Vinh, alternate member of the 11th Party Central Committee, discussed education of revolutionary ideology, morality, lifestyle for the young generation. Vinh, who is also first secretary of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union Central Committee, held that education for the youth is a task of the whole political system, with the youth union playing an important role. Phạm S., member of Lâm Đồng Province's Party Committee and Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, presented a report on agricultural restructuring towards multi-sectoral approach and in combination with new rural area building and sustainable development. He laid emphasis on the need to enhance state management in the farming sector, particularly in managing the quality of agricultural materials and farm produce, food safety and hygiene, and the application of Viet Gap, Global Gap, and the hazard analysis and critical control point standards in order to boost exports. Nguyễn Quốc Cường, member of the 11th Party Central Committee and president of the Vietnam Farmers Union, elaborated his views on building the Vietnamese farmer class. He suggested concretizing mid- and long-term programs and contests on building the farmer class, dovetailed with the development of agriculture and rural economy, and lifestyle rural area building, in line with the 10th Party Central Committee's Resolution 7. Agreeing on ethnic and religious work stated in the Congress's documents, Sơn Thị Ánh Hồng, Deputy Secretary of the Chả-Vinh Party's Committee, who is also Chairwoman of the Provincial People's Council, said it is necessary to promote the role of prestigious people in the ethnic and religious communities as one of important solutions. Prestigious people should be encouraged to join political and social organizations, people's councils, and Fatherland Front at all levels, she maintained. In the afternoon, the Congress had a plenary working session on personnel work for the 12th Party Central Committee under the chair of Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, who is also president of the Presidium. On behalf of the Presidium, Politburo member Tô Huy Rứa, who is Secretary of the Party's Central Committee and head of its Organization Commission, read out the 11th Party Central Committee's report on personnel work for the 12th Party Central Committee. The Congress discussed and voted on the number of 12-party Central Committee members. Therefore, the 12-party Central Committee will have 200 members, including 180 official members and 20 alternate members. After the plenary session, delegates continued the discussion in groups on the criterion and structure of the 12-party Central Committee.
International friends have stressed the significance of the 12th National Party Congress to Vietnam, which they believe will set forth sound guidelines and policies to spur on the development of the country in the years to come. This is what they tell VNA correspondents in Argentina and the Czech Republic.
Having visited the country 20 times, Mrs. Pondy Sousa said she admires the achievements that Vietnam has attained throughout its renovation process. She sets high hopes on the 12th National Party Congress. The Communist Party of Vietnam is on the right track, and I hope that the 12th National Party Congress will come up with policies that have Vietnam grow robustly and increase its international role in the future.
Vietnam, musím říct, že se mi velice líbil a
the Communist Party of Vietnam and the Communist Party of Bohemia and Moravia have a time-honored relationship, so we are interested to follow information on the 12th National Party Congress of Vietnam and hope the Congress will be successful. I think that the renewal process Vietnam launched in the 1980s was a creative and sound decision. It has proved to be efficient through the robust development and considerable achievements Vietnam has reaped in the past 3 decades.
Enterprises operating in the processing and manufacturing sectors are optimistic about growth in export orders in 2016.
A recent report on business trends within the processing and manufacturing industries have shown that more than 80% of the surveyed enterprises said in the first quarter of 2016 they would be stable or even better off than in 2015. Meanwhile, only 17.7% of these enterprises said 2016 would be a tougher year than 2015. About 91.6% of the enterprises anticipate higher production volume in 2016 as compared with 2015, while 66.7% expect more stable production costs this year. The General Statistics Office said this trend clearly shows Vietnam's business climate has improved significantly. More than 94,750 new firms were established in 2015, with a total registered capital of $27.3 billion, up 26.6% in number and 39.1% in capital, respectively, as compared with 2014. In the same year, the number of enterprises that resumed operations was 21,500, a 39.5% rise compared with 2014, while the number of disclosed businesses was 9,467, down 0.4% against 2014. The Ministry of Planning and Investment said the enterprises and investment laws, which came into effect on July 1, 2015, have had positive impact on enterprises' activities.
As many as 1,000 foreigners have registered to buy houses in Ho Chi Minh City, especially luxury ones, 6 months after the Housing Law 2014 went into force. More details in the following report.
According to the Ho Chi Minh City Real Estate Association, the figure is well above 250 house transactions with foreign involvement in the country from 2008 to July 2015, when Vietnam adopted a pilot plan to sell houses to certain groups of foreigners and overseas Vietnamese. The association said the number of overseas Vietnamese owning homes in the country has also edged up thanks to the revised housing law, which makes it easier for overseas Vietnamese to own houses and obtain land use rights certificates. In addition to more money from foreign home buyers, the property market has lured more bank loans, foreign direct investment, and incoming remittances. As the biggest real estate market in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City saw credit for real estate projects amounting to 140 trillion Vietnam dong, equivalent to $6.2 billion in 2015, accounting for 12.3% of total outstanding loans. Incoming remittances in Ho Chi Minh City totaled $5.5 billion last year, equivalent to 38.69% of Vietnam's total. Of the amount, around 21.6% went to the property market. Of $22.76 billion in FDI registered to invest in Vietnam last year, some $2.32 billion flowed into property projects, which was ranked third in terms of attractiveness for foreign investors. Ho Chi Minh City's property market alone lured some $1.3 billion in FDI. Additionally, a number of foreign firms have invested in property projects in Vietnam by acquiring shares of developers, contributing capital and landing.
Given a world awash with online information, the culture of reading has been disappearing. A free-of-charge bookshop owned by Nguyễn Ngọc Cần in Ho Chi Minh City has set a good example, encouraging more people to become avid readers.
Passionate about books, Nguyễn Ngọc Cần in Bình Thanh district owns a collection of books of all genres. He thought it would be wasteful to keep all the books to himself. In 2010, he decided to turn his house into a bookshop that is free of charge for every reader. I've come here for more than 4 years. I see many books interesting to both older and younger people here. More and more readers have been flocking to his bookshop, which currently stocks more than 3,000 titles. Many of them come here not just to read, but also to gain a deeper understanding of each book.
I often come here to read books. I feel peaceful and gentle seeing older people gather here to talk about books. I can read for hours here without disturbing others. I can also borrow books without a fee. I can even turn in already paid books. It's truly an effective way to get me closer to the culture of reading.
Cần does not make a profit from selling books. He used all his money gained from selling books to buy new ones. His bookshop is open from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. He usually goes around in the mornings looking for new books. I see that this pattern can benefit so many people. I hope more bookshops like this will open so a wide range of knowledge can reach a larger amount of readers. Thanks to the bookshop, Cần has helped bring a large amount of knowledge to many people. Last but not least, Cân's initiative has set a good example for people to live morally and live for everyone.
And has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye for now.